So I'm here in the middle of the Central Coast at the Central Coast Wetlands to look at a site that has been funded by the federal government's National Landcare program. That's just an amazing example of how a community group have come together to plant trees to restore habitat for the Swift Parrot and the Regent Honeyeater. These two birds are what you call nomadic pollinators. They're highly mobile vertebrate birds and bats that can travel long distances on the wing in search for flowering trees. With these species being able to travel such large distances, they're able to pollinate large areas, providing genetic diversity into fragmented patches of vegetation. Unfortunately, a lot of the nomadic pollinators are either threatened or endangered. So that's why it's important that we protect existing habitat and revegetate new habitat so they've got places to come and visit in the future.
Central Coast Wetlands is a Crown Land Reserve located at Tuggerah, 1 hour north of Sydney. This property was a former dairy farm. It's located on the Lower Wang River floodplain. This current project with local land services is looking at putting in a mix of food plants that provide important food resources for nomadic pollinators. Some of the key species that we're putting in the ground include swamp mahogany or Eucalyptus robusta, which flowers in winter when there's a shortage of flowering trees, and spotted gum or Corymbia maculata, which is also an important winter flowering tree. The Piney Creek project area is a former cow paddock. It links to remnant habitat that we've restored here about 15 years ago, and the outcomes that we've seen are phenomenal. The area that was restored now supports a diverse understory of native forbs and grasses, and this is achieved by shading out of the canopy trees, which can be realised in short time frames here due to the rich alluvial soil which supports excellent tree growth. For this project, we have planted out our canopy trees at least 10 metres apart. This supports the tree growth, which will increase rates of canopy development. What that also leads to, in shorter time periods, is more profusive flowering. Over time, the canopy will develop, and the shade that's provided will help block sunlight, and that'll suppress growth of the kikuyu pastures. To provide space for trees to grow, we spot spray circles with herbicide. Once the grass has died back, we dig a hole for the tree. We plant the tree in the centre of the hole. As we fill in the soil around the tree, I create a small furrow that allows water to run to the plant root zone. Around the tree goes some newspaper, which acts as a mulch and suppresses weed growth, and we water well on planting. We then support the tree with a plastic reusable tree sleeve. This helps the tree on windy days and provides some protection from herbivores like the swamp wallaby that grazes through this area. During the establishment period, the trees need to be maintained by light hand weeding, brush cutting, or very careful reapplication of herbicide around the tree to prevent the kikuyu grass from invading and smothering the tree. This light maintenance is important until the tree grows above the surrounding grass tussocks.
So this paddock's a really great example of kikuyu pasture being converted into a natural bushland. It's still got a little way to go, but as you can see by the trees around me, it's well on its way, and it's really good to see such good work that's been done in the community.
Thanks to the efforts of volunteers and the funding support from local land services, we've created a new wildlife corridor. It's an amazing feeling walking out here with the volunteer group. The trees are already above our head and this project is in its infancy. It's only a few years old. We've got trees spot flowering that we've only planted 2 years ago. This place will always be here for the community to come to, and hopefully they'll also be able to watch the Swift Parrot and Regent Honeyeater forage in the new habitat that we've created.
It's been an absolute pleasure working with Jed and the team. They've done such an amazing job, and it really makes me proud to see such great results for native species and for the biodiversity of the Central Coast. It's a really great achievement. So if you've got a patch of land like this that you're looking to rehabilitate riparian area or plant trees in pasture, please contact your local land services office and we can provide you advice and the technical skills to develop a project that's as good as this one.